Sean Bell killing. Fired New York Police Department. Cop says no apologies, no regrets. Former NYPD detective Jessica Israel, who was recently fired for the 2006 shooting of Sean Bell on the night before his wedding, is finally speaking to the media, and his statements could be easily characterized as cruel and insensitive. I'm not looking back. No apologies, no regrets, he told NBC New York in an exclusive interview. I came to grips with what I did, and I'm able to sleep at night. I'm here talking to you. Israel and three other undercover cops fired 50 shots at Bell and his three friends who were leaving Bell's bachelor party the night of November 16th. The groom-to-be died of his wounds. It was the night before his wedding. Israel maintains he heard one of Bell's friends, Joseph Guzman, say, "Go get my gun." After the bachelor party was involved in an altercation with another man, Fabio Cosco. Israel said he believed that the men were going to their vehicles to retrieve a gun. After the driver of the car rammed himself into the police van, Israel thought he saw Guzman reach for a gun and begin to fire. In fact, all the men were unarmed. "I was fed to the wolves, if you know. You want to use that," Israel told NBC of his firing. That's exactly what the commissioner and mayor did. I find it kind of hard to feel sorry for this guy because there are so many, let me rephrase that, there are black men and black women in law enforcement, whether it be police officers, lawyers, judges, bail bondsmen, that kind of thing, or people in the military, whether it be private sergeants, excuse me, first sergeants, officers, or the higher ups that do look down on black men and black women within the black community. Now, some people say, when you join the military and the police departments and those other related organizations, that you take on a certain personality. I beg to differ. I think this personality already exists in black, some of those blacks that engage in these behaviors. And the reason why I say this is because of the indoctrination or conditioning. You have to understand, you're fed a steady diet of negative images about black people. Even though you're black yourself, you're still a victim of it. I mean, there are times where I've sat back and watched television shows and saw questionable images of our people, and then gone out in a certain community and see a brother or sister that fit that description and made judgments. And once I realized I was doing it, I felt really sick to the stomach because I let media images, I let law enforcement officials, or I let other people condition me or almost condition me into thinking certain things about my people. And now I can understand why, to a degree, that there are brothers and sisters, not saying I fully agree, but I understand why some brothers and sisters are critical of black men and black women who serve in the military or in law enforcement. But I say this to them: you're just as conditioned as I am to believe that all black men and black women in the United States military or law enforcement have that same mindset. In fact, there are a lot of good black police officers out there, lawyers and judges and soldiers and Marines and airmen, seamen. They're good. Now I was in Iraq. Most of the crap that I did observe, it was coming from our white counterparts, our Asian or our Mexican counterparts when they did questionable things. I'm not saying that there was no blacks over there that did some questionable things, but when I was over there, I didn't see it. Okay. And thinking back on it, matter of fact, it was the black soldiers that took the brunt of the crap in Iraq, and I'm pretty sure in Afghanistan, from what the stories I've heard. And right now, you got black police officers across the country who get treated and get crapped on because of people like this guy and the others that was working with them, and those guys in New Orleans, the people in Oakland, California, and in Los Angeles. I mean, we have a history in this country of police brutality. We have a history of people using the military to enforce certain rules on us, and that's why I can sit back now and I can get where that comes from. But I just want to remind brothers and sisters that we're not all like that. And for this guy to get on and do an interview and say, I sleep at night, I mean, that's insensitive. Motherfucker even fake saying, hey, I'm sorry for the family. I thought my life was in jeopardy, that kind of thing. But, he's bitter. Now, he very well could have thought his life was in jeopardy. Let's give him a benefit of doubt. But when he makes a comment that way, his anger should have been focused at those in charge. His anger should have been focused at that they assume that the black men or the men was in that bachelor party were up to no good. I never hear about a black cop accidentally shooting a white person. I've never heard of it because we've been conditioned to give white people the benefit of the doubt. Just like when we was in Iraq, when Americans, we don't look at our children as being, let's say, murderers or being evil. But guess what? A lot of soldiers lost their lives because of little kids. Because we've been conditioned to think otherwise. As soon as you understand how people have been programmed or conditioned to think, the better off you will be. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. In the military, when I was trained, we was trained, if we had to kill the enemy to take control, do it. But if you can do it without killing or harming anybody around them, or that person, take them down, you can do it. So this is why when I hear police officers talking about they fear for their life, they shot. Come on. You mean to tell me they don't train you to do those things? I mean, here it is. Was in the military, and we was trained in non-lethal techniques. And you mean police officers or not? I mean, come on. If you're really good with, if now a person's running and you try to aim for that person's arm or something, and they move or jerk or do something like in the process of running away, I understand that's going to happen every now and then. But some of the things that have been reported, how these people are being shot in our community or being harmed in our community, some of it is just flat out murder. I mean, look what happened here in Chicago where Rakia Boyd, where she was just walking down the street. Black man was on a cell phone. And from what I understand, the police officer, now I haven't verified it, they said the police officer was white. And they said that he said it was too much noise. He pulled out his gun, which number one, should never pull out his gun, okay? I don't, that kind of thing. And then shot her in the head, shot the guy in the hand, and then swept him down. There was a gun there, and they never found any gun. And then you got the head of the Chicago Police Department defending what happened, saying it was an accident. It's a lot of accidents when it comes down to black people getting harmed. This is why their brothers and sisters in the military are suspicious of law enforcement and those in the military. Because there are people out here that cover this type of stuff up. And they're usually people of color that's helping in helping this type of mindset. So this brother may not say he sleep good, but his karma is going to come at some point. His karma going to hit him in the ass one day. Rotten fucker.